water peeps, I'm Melanie Florence and this is Hot Tea for the Soul. So I'm doing the weekly elemental hot tea. So I break them up via element. So if you're a water peep, this is for you. Or if you're looking about your emotional life and your emotional connections, this also might be the reading for you. I'm going to do a Greenwood reading today, which goes through our subconscious, our conscious, our present state, where we are. It's a real little journey. And it comes with the deck. I've been reading the Greenwood for 25 years now. So, joy, it brings me joy. Okay, so I'm going to draw a few cards from a few different decks. I am beginning back. These are my first few readings back after Christmas and festive break. And so I'm still working through. And I've got a tea menu that I'm going to bring out and I'm going to add to and do stuff with. And I really hope you've been enjoying, and I hope you enjoy what I got going on. Just going to keep recording anyway, so I hope you share and I hope this brings something to you. Alright, what have we got? What have we got for the water peeps this week? What have we got for the water peeps this week? This one. You may not be aware of it, but a tapestry full of positive outcomes and spiritual blessings now permeates your aura. The grey clouds have lifted and replaced by soft, radiant light. The past will soon be behind you. Let it go and embrace the positive times ahead. Interestingly, the air was like a storm is passing, help is coming, right? This is beyond that. This is like positive outcomes are coming. The grey clouds are being lifted. A soft, radiant light. So soon the bad times will pass. Like, this is good. This is a moving forward, and it's grieving. So it's sort of moving forward from that grief. Okay, that's interesting. A little bit of earth magic, because I like my earth magic, my elements. So, a bit connected to the elements. And the more I work that out, the more this all rolled for me. Okay. And rolls for you. So you've got the river. And so this is also moving on and flowing with the river. I got a book, A Dummy's Guide to Taoism. It's like moving, going with the flow. I haven't started reading it yet. But I got 4 big books to read. But yeah, this is movement. This is moving forward. Positive flow forward. All right. Being in the flow, the cosmic universal flow. All right, I've got the archetypes, wild unknown archetypes deck. Just because it's different, and I really like it. Oh, what have I got? The mystic. So, this is that spiritual spot. This is us. This is us looking. This is the moth and that spiritual journey and that eye, and looking more into the mystic arts. And it may be that you're the mystic and that you're sharing your mystic arts, or that you're looking into more mysticism. And there's a lot to look into. Like, part of my adventure last year was really looking into the old wisdom stuff and reconnecting with stuff that I perhaps had read in my 20s. Like, I'm rediscovering that's that real walk that we walk towards ourselves and walk across and back. So the mystic inside of us, the mystic inside of you, going with the movement of the river. All right, so I'm going to do a Greenwood, really simple. I'm going to do these weekly readings for this month, try to keep them shorter. And the Greenwood is really great for that. It's a really great little insight. So we're going to take that journey, and it starts with the present state. So I'm going to flick it down to the table, and then I'm going to come back and talk to you when we get to the individual star signs about what's going on there and the cards that we draw for the individuals. So I will be back. All right. I'm not loving my look today. It was much better yesterday when I did Sagittarius and then my vibe fell. But here we are. Anyway. All right. First, present state. Ooh. So this is intoxicating. This is the King of Cups. So water peeps. This could be a water peeps dude that you know. But this is really that emotional king, and you being king of your emotions, right? And taking control of that euphoria and really embracing it. It steps past this battle that you're having, this battle for the heart that you need to, and that really comfortable spot of being the king of your emotions, connected to them. All right, so again, this could be somebody that you're dealing with, or this could be you. All right, water peeps. We started with the water peeps. Strong, the king. All right, it's really euphoric card. He's in control of his emotions. All right, so the next is our spiritual mediator. So it's the next card to meditate on. It's the next energy that's surrounding you. And this is a position of power, but this is about our spiritual power. Wands are about our spirit and taking control of our spiritual power and really internalizing and driving that forward, like in taking control of what we have faith in and what our passion is. Like, and really taking that and bringing it into ourselves and taking our power, stepping up into our power. All right, the next card is our spiritual mediator. That's what you... No, it's not. It's our conscious will. It's what you consciously think about the situation. Ooh, spark of life. So this is a spiritual new beginning. This is really taking control of your passion and really like being in control of your passion. Like, so this is like pow. This is like your bang. It's time. It's time for me to do stuff. It's time you've been in. This is inspiration. This is a card of inspiration. That spark of life that sparks off inside of you. Okay, so the next card is your driving force. It's a source of your power. It's a source of driving what's going on. Ooh, because we want to find happiness. All right, this is the cup runneth over position. The position before this is generosity, where you're playing it forward, people are playing it to you, you know, and the cup is running around. This here is overflow. This you can see here the companions down the bottom of the waterfall. You know, that's the waterfall that the knight is battling up. That when he becomes a king, he's like he embraces those cups and he embraces the happiness. So this is the driving force of you want to be happy. Alright, so I want to be happy. Alright, so the next card is the unconscious empathy. So we've got conscious will, which is spark of life, new change. What's the unconscious empathy? What do you unconsciously think about what's going on? Alright. What have we got for the water peeps this week? Oh, tradition. There's strength in our traditions. There's strength in what we know. There is this position that we know what made us. We laid our foundation stones that we sit inside in our full moon, and we can know that they embrace those traditions, whether they be physical traditions or you know that you have rituals in the morning that you have when you get up or before you go to bed, or you know how you go to work or what you do. These are the traditions that make us, and when you look back and you can fall back on your traditions, you know the strength of where you stand inside of this. That's your unconscious. This is a really strong, stable spot. Alright, so the next card is a challenge. What's the challenge for the water peeps? What is that card? Oh, fulfillment is there. Alright, what's the challenge for the water peeps? Alright, this is a blast away card. Over the years, I make Thor. This is lightning energy. You know, so we've got our sun, our moon, our star in here. There's a whole heap of different elements, but this is lightning energy. The blasted oak, where we blast away from everything that doesn't serve us anymore. This is or change, and this is dealing with change. Your life has changed. It's not what it was. All right, and this is acknowledging that. It's something is going to blast you away from it. If you haven't already, this is going to happen. It's like bang, move on, change, step away from old, step away from everything you were, and really come back to these traditions of who you are. That's the challenge, is to really embrace what the change has brought to you. We'll see what the healing element is. Water people. Water people in the house. Ooh, a healing element. Wow, this is 2 in a row. So the healing element is talking about it. Telling everybody what we did last night and telling everybody. All right, this is telling everybody. This is a breath of fresh air. This is like really communicating in a new way, a new world, your new love, your new heart. Like, and I really think that this is a real strength of your healing is really telling everybody that you've got the power, that you have a new idea, that you've got the new vibe, and you've got your traditions, and you want to be happy, like, and that you have broken away, and that you do feel euphoric. It's because this is a nice breath of fresh air where you can really invent yourself and reinvent and tell the world. This is advertising, this is marketing, but this is really, you know, saying I got new stuff going on. Breath of fresh air, healing element. So what's the outcome? And we're going to come back to another card, the Heart and Soul card, because it's sitting on the top of the deck and they both came out together. So I'm going to come back to that card because I know it's relevant. All right, so one more. What's the outcome for the water peeps here? Oh, oh, 7 of arrows. Insecurity. So, you can see that the participant is standing on the back of some of this. And you can see all different angles, and you can see that they feel like they're being watched. And you can see that there's skeletons in their closet and things from their past. All right, this is feeling like you're being watched. This is feeling like everybody's talking about it. Believe it or not, this is a healing card. 7 is a healing card. So this position is really like you're on the back of it. You have to understand that you're in control of this. What other people say about you has got nothing to do about you. What you think other people are thinking about you has got nothing to do with you. Like, this is really getting on top of those insecurities. This is really battling those, really battling with your mind and taking them on. So the next position after this is struggle. All right, and so if you take this spot here and it's going through all of those insecurities, you get a real hard time, because they are about our anxieties, our panic buttons and our fears. That's what the mind does. But this, when cards come up like this, I'm like, write it down. Write down your insecurities. That's what air is great for. It's writing it down, listing them out and going, what are these things? What are these things that make me feel like this? Where do they come from? Do they come from my childhood? Do they come from my interactions with people? Are they coming because I'm being a bit paranoid? Are they coming because these are the things people have said before? Like, again, they're not yours, but sometimes where am I going to fail? These are the things, insecurities. Where do I need to write this list down so I can write it out and go, I can achieve these things, I can fix these things, and I can move on from these things. All right? So insecurities, great in that we can spend our time working out what those things are so we can feel more secure about ourselves, because we are on the back of some of them. Some of them are our skeletons. All right, don't be afraid of who you are moving forward. All right, so there is one more card on the heart and soul that came up for the group, because I'm not going to ignore it, because I know that one of my peeps out there, my water peeps, is going to go, that card was for me, because they both popped out together. So I'm going to reread what this one said. All right, you may not be aware of it, but a tapestry full of positive outcomes and spiritual blessings now permeates your aura. The grey clouds have lifted, replaced by a soft, radiant light. The past will soon be behind you. Let it go and embrace the positive times ahead. That's the heart and soul card we got, right? This was the other card that jumped out. Tune into the subtle and divine force inside of you. You shall sense the subtle and divine force within you and all living things. Over the coming days, there is a heightened sense of spiritual connection with Isis, the goddess of motherhood and magic and fertility. Tune into the subtle divine force within me, and you shall sense the subtle divine force within yourself and all living things. All right, let's not tune into the news. Let's tune into the planet, huh? Okay, water peeps. It's really interesting because I do water readings, but I don't have any much water in my chart. Just my north node is water. And so I look at these sort of from the outside a bit. Okay, so first up, we're going to start with Cancer. Cancer? Do we start with Cancer? Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. All right, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. Let's do the individuals and see what comes out for each individual star sign. I'm still mixing up how I do these readings. I'm still changing them a bit. So they've kept on modifying. You know what? This is really for a select audience. So for the small group of people I have, these are for you. It's really quite individual at this point. All right, so... Cancer. This is about following your divine path. All right, so the ancestors have drawn you in a certain way. There may have been divine timing. The ancestor has guided you. We're looking at the North Star here. This is your guiding light that you're being guided to go down through the forest. And this is saying you're not alone. You're with all your ancestors. They are here with you to make this journey. So it's respecting how to make the change for them and survive in their name as well. But they're here to help you out on your path. Okay, so... got new lights even. Everything's a bit different today. And it'll be different again next week. Changing the room. All right, so Wow. Cancer. Fulfillment. So this jumped out before. So this is fulfillment. This is fulfillment of everything you're driving. This is fulfillment of this spark of life. You know, this is fulfillment of what you've put together of your power. Because we're talking of that passion. This is of wands and the balancing out of your kundalini, where the decisions that you make in the two, that becomes the fulfillment for yourself inside of here. You're really looking for what drives you and fulfills you and what makes you happy, because happiness is the driving force of this. And that's why you're feeling insecure, Cancer, because this is like, you really want it. Driving force. So not only have you got insecurities, you're a bit frustrated. Sometimes you're going to hit the wall. We all hit a spiritual wall. We all hit a business wall. We all hit personal walls. We'll all hit we hit the walls, right? But it's knowing that you got the traditions, right, to make this fulfillment come about, and you are on your path. So this is of the senses. So you're going to be feeling like you are spitting off arrows everywhere, Cancer, and they're not really hitting the target, is part of your insecurities. Again, lists, and keep going. It's like, you don't apply for one job. You apply for 10 if you're looking for a job. You're looking for the right sort of thing, but you keep sort of plugging away. This is that. Keep throwing those arrows out, write down the things, because you are heading down your own spiritual path here, and you're looking for fulfillment. Not every arrow is the right arrows, so you got to pick it up and go again. List your frustrations, Cancer. I hope that helps. So next, I got Scorpio. All right, Scorpio's in the house. What do we got? Two out. Ooh. So, boredom. My hair's doing its own jig today. Always is. Alright, boredom. This is the only card inside of this deck that the water actually represents coming out. There's a couple that they're pouring out, like it's pouring into another cup. But this is like, precipitation. This is like filtered. It's sort of going down through these filters. And boredom is about like running through all of those, but it's a rest position. There's a no drama llama in here. Your emotions aren't being stirred up by everybody. All right, this is, this is a real spot where we really sit and we think about what we've been through and where we're going. Somebody's drinking from our water even a little bit, the deer. So this is our mind sitting here. Our loving mind, the deer, is sitting there drinking from the water. And so this is really recycling and a no drama alarm position, and just sitting for a moment. It's a rest position. All right, so, and then we have, because you're respecting your path, you're respecting this spark of life. This Nine of Wands has gathered all of his sticks together behind him, and he's like, this is what I stand for. This is what I stand in my power for. These are my responsibilities and my burdens, but I choose. These are my faith, me. All right, one more for Scorpio. So you're respecting that. You're respecting where you've come from. You're respecting your faith, and you're respecting this position. All right. So, and there she is. So this is her. As I was saying, she's drinking of the water just there. This is her. So this is this emotion. It's not emotional. This woman would chop off your head, to be quite honest. She's her and the fire queen are likely just go bang. But they're action people. But this woman, she communicates her heart. So this is a feminine communication level, and communicating the heart for the Scorpio people. Respecting yourself, communicating this, and communicating it in a loving, fair way is what we're seeing is part of your healing element inside of this. So communicating your insecurities, but really respecting yourself and where you've drawn boundaries. This is a boundary card. If ever I've seen one, stay out of my sticker. I'll hit you. All right, so Scorpio, I hope that helps. I'll be back with weekly readings and other tea. Probably today I'm going to do more tea, I feel. I got lazy yesterday. Might put a different colour lipstick on. Anyway, thanks for being here, Scorpio people. Alright, and now I got Pisces. So, hi Pisces. My hair is doing its own thing today, and this is ever evolving today. Alright, so I got 3 cards for Pisces. What have we got for this week? Oh. Alright, so we got the 7 of Cups. So the Seven of Cups, this is mourning, this is letting go. This is a healing element. This is that moment that we go through all of our traditions and we go through our grief cycles and we actually let go. So this can take years. Mourning can take years. Like, but it's well beyond the death when we let go of something. It's like the shock happens first and then we let go. All right, so this one's really long in comparison to the air. They got like a 10-minute reading. All right, so what have we got? So mourning, letting go. Seeing the generosity of the people around you. So this is the Nine of Cups. This is that divine cycle of playing it forward and everybody's feeling and you're feeling and you'll see that cycle around you. So as you're mourning the loss of something and you're letting it go, like you're letting go of that past, you're seeing the generosity of the village around you. All right, one more card for Pisces. One more card for Pisces. Oh, communicate. This is the King of Communication. So this could be a air sign, air element king, but this is really somebody, when we're talking about here taking their euphoric, this is meant to be the just king. This can be signing contracts, this can be business. This is the just king who really is communicating themselves and really having these discussions with people, going through and taking control of that mind, of that air element for yourself, and really becoming that king of air inside of this. This may be somebody that, you know, is showing you that generosity. It may be that you are mourning and you're seeing the generosity of that king and what that was, but there's a communication inside of that all. All right, Pisces, I really hope that you enjoyed that, and I'm really glad you're here, and I'll be back with other tea. Signing off. Ciao for now.